child is abducted, a little girl is abducted from a family, that the majority of these people are white, the majority of the serial killers are white. Why don't they do studies on this? They continue to dumb down the brother. And then the sad part is that there are so many brothers out there that begin to believe this and act accordingly to the stereotypes.
We go from Negro to black to African America. Is there any wonder why we don't know who the hell we are these days? There's a label that gets put on us every 10, 15 years. It's something different. It confuses everybody in our culture.
The black women don't know who we are as well. That they don't know that we're not the abusive, dropping out of high school, selling drugs, going to jail, pimping, drinking, raping, chasing white women, down lowing. That's not what we look like. Those are the phrase or the extremes of our behaviors.
At the top of it, they say, well, I can't find a man because they're with other men. Down low. Ooh.
Explain to me, what is the DL?
The DL brother is a brother that is homosexual behind curtains.
People looking at it, it's like, oh, I think he's straight, he's heterosexual, he talks to women, but like secretly he really is interested in men, but he just don't want people to know.
When a guy claims or try to act as though he's not gay, but reality is.
It stands for down low. And it's when guys are like either homosexual or bisexual and they are not out and open about it.
It's supposed to be a heterosexual male, has like a girlfriend but messes with a man but doesn't consider himself gay.
When like black men, not black men, but like African American men, where it's like they're in a relationship with a woman, but on the side they'll have like relations with men, like sexual relationships with men.
So if you had 10 black men, and I'm just talking about like from here, all over the country, of those 10, how many of them would you say are gay, bisexual, or on the other?
Maybe like 2.
Out of 10, I believe 6.
Total of 3?
I say 2. 3 or 4. At least 4 to 6.
5. 3.
5 of them on the DL. So about 6 out of 10.
I say at least 6 or 7 out of 10. DL.
6 or 7 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Black America, can we talk? Because this is it. This is your DL person. Look complicated? Because it is. See, they are way smarter than to just come right out and try to tell you that this person, this DL phenomena, is the number one reason behind AIDS being the number one killer of black women between 25 and 34. They won't be that irresponsible. What they do is take pieces, snapshots, put them all together and serve them up into this one dark, shadowy figure that's scaring the snot out of all of you. And it really is the convergence of pretty much every negative stereotype you want to hear about black men. From infidelity to jail, homosexuality, high-risk behaviors. Put it all together and you get this guy. The non-disclosing MSMW, or the man who has sex with men and women. Last summer, which didn't make the headlines, Dr. Gregorio Millet, Dr. Dave J. Malebranche did a meta-analysis of a bunch of studies and found out that what does the behaviors look like in this person, this monster. What he looks like, he's probably practicing more safe sex than you are. But that doesn't sell newspapers. That doesn't get you talking around the water cooler. That doesn't get you calling into talk shows. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't exist. I'm not even endorsing or condoning his behaviors. What I am saying is I think you've misplaced your priorities as it relates to this whole discussion. You need to know this. You need to do the research. You need to find out the truth about us. Because if you don't, they're going to keep giving it to you. And you're going to keep fighting. And they're going to keep selling stuff. You know, when we fight amongst each other, then all we do is just feed into the frenzy of the media. You know, whether it be the magazine outlets or the television shows, whatever it is that we are excited about and animated about, the topic of the month, then they just take it and they go with it because they know that they can make a lot of money off of it. And that's what it's about in its simplest form, is money, getting paid.
They say, I can't find a man because they're chasing white women. Cause we sure do love them white gals.
Black women of every age group and marital status and socioeconomic status were interested in this topic when they heard about it.
Of 100 black men who get married, what percent of them marry white women?
I would say about 30%.
20%.
I'd say good 25 of them.
I think it's more than 25%.
Maybe about 26. Oh, I would only say about 30%.
You want to retract that 80%, please?
Yes, 30%.
I think it would be unfair to characterize the current trends or rates as an explosion, because I do believe that there is certainly an increase, but it is not an increase that's kind of moving up by leaps and bounds.
So we're going to go to the Board of Education and get a quick lesson on interracial marriage and what do the numbers truly represent. So if you take a quick look at what the total number of black men who marry total number of white women, because that's where it seems to be most of the confusion or the hyperbole, we want to take a look at the growth over, say, the past 20 years. So in 1980, take a quick look, there was 122,000 black men who married white women. In 2006, there were 237,000. But if you hear the media, it's, oh my God, the world is over with. The number has doubled. Interracial marriage is exploding, and it's going crazy. What you really need to look at, as we ask the questions in the questionnaire, is basically the total number of black men as a percent that marry white women. Oh, so look at 100 black men, and how many of those marry white women? If you look at 1980, it's about 3.06, I believe. And then if you move up to 2006, it's about 5.3 or 6.4. So really, 5 out of 100 black men who get married marry white women.
But I think it's also important to note that another factor is the extent to which the outside forces also encourage black men to find women who are not black really, really attractive. This is this is the media. This is the media that sells us on what we should think of as attractive and what a viable relationship should look like.
There are people and principalities that have a vested interest in and are compensated to misinform us so that they can mismanage us.
What percentage of black men pay their court-ordered child support?
40.
20%.
42.
I say about 40.
17%.
15.
I concur with that, under 20.
What percent of black men have a high school diploma or a GED?
25%.
About 45%.
I would say maybe about 35%.
I would say 30%.
Probably 11%.
Who earns more money, black men or black women?
Black women.
Black women.
Black women.
I think black women.
Black women.
Black women.
Are you ready? Ready? You want to go down the list?
Go ahead, man.
Guaranteed I'll get you this. As a percent.
This ain't Jeopardy. Of course I'm gonna be God. I ain't never won that before.
As a percent, who enrolls in college more, black men or white men?
White men.
Wrong. More black men in jail or in college?
Jail.
Wrong.
I ain't buying that one. I don't care what he say.
I mean, you don't care, but I'm going to tell you what it is.
Go ahead.
As a percent, who does not get a high school diploma or GED? Who more? Not the number, just the percent. Black men or black women?
Who don't get a high school diploma or whatever? I say black men.
Okay, stop the camera right there. Hold on, right. This is important, because this is what we look like to you. 30% of us go to jail. 30% of us graduate high school. 30% of us marry white women. 30% of us pay our child support. And 30% of us are homosexual, bisexual on the down low. Okay, I get it now. This is why people are walking around saying there are no good black men. It makes perfect sense to me now if this is what you believe. Oprah can come on with a statistic saying 70% of black women are single, and you go, yeah, that makes sense. That's because you don't ask the right question. The question you really need to ask is, how many black women have never been married? But see, there's an implied game behind that question. Again, like I told you, if they get you to buy into the problem, then you have to purchase the solution.